shit right
Okay,
about
there we
now.
go.
Yeah, there we go.
Sorry.
That's all good.
All right. But we're gonna play the music first, and
Okay.
then we'll switch back over.
Okay.
Were you able to share that?
I got a new message. I got a request.
Forget those message requests.
Yeah, I can't. I don't
You
know
damn
where
millennials.
I don't know where it is.
It's just go to Black Aaron Broadcast.
Oh, to your page. Okay.
I probably should. Oh, that's what I should do.
What? I got Aaron right here. Okay, here it is. Wave at you. Hey, buddy, what's going on? I'm right here with you. That's all I got.
No, you go to the type Black Aaron
Okay.
Broadcast.
So why is it Black Aaron? How come it couldn't be?
It could have been Aaron Black,
brother Aaron,
brother Aaron,
or
I feel you, brother. Trust me, I feel you.
Or
it's easy.
Or the brother with the glasses.
Because it's never been like that. That's only when people can remember anything is by skin color, whether they're trying to be like racist or not. They're just like everybody remembers. It's so much easier to just
go
just to try to make it easy to navigate people's intellectual ability or whatever their ability to navigate social life. It's just way easier. Yes, I'll be the black guy.
Yeah. Black Aaron.
Let me see.
Yeah.
I'll do it real quick.
Yeah, I'm one of them old school dudes.
I know you are, man.
I don't fuck around with social media like that. I got a whole bunch of other shit going on in real life.
I know, and I'm gonna ask you all about it.
So I'll be like, oh, okay, let me check my social media.
No, dude, I was gonna get rid of this shit before the program. Like, I was ready to just get rid of it. This was
well, you know what? I did get rid of it.
Why is this message? Why can't you?
Yeah, I gotta go to message.
Why do you gotta go to? Are you in Messenger?
I don't know where the fuck I am. Tell you the truth.
What is this? This is Messenger.
Okay, let's get out of Messenger and get to get to it, Aaron.
I hate this shit.
Because that's what that shit does.
Dude, they made a separate app just so they could spy on you through like 2 different apps or some shit.
Right.
Have access to more of your crap. So do you even have the Facebook app?
I do. It's on here. Right.
There it is.
There it is right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. Oh my God.
Hey, so that's somebody who's watching the show right now.
That's my wife right now.
Oh, that's your wife. Hi, wife.
Hi, wife. She's my number 1 fan.
Let me.
She can see that.
Give the thumbs up.
She can see that. She is lame.
Congratulations, wifey.
She's making us money selling stuff on the interwebs. See, there we go.
Isn't she also making a Black Aaron?
Yes, she's making a little swirl time, baby. So there we go. Share. So you can just type something or just hit share now.
Share now. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. I'm gonna play my music.
Let's do it.
Which is where is my music? It's right here.
This is like that shit you do in Waldrop's class, huh?
Gang! He's a funny young guy to talk to. Always seem to have a good talk. Always coming back around. Have a friend and have a come and chat and sit down with him. Have a drink and have a talk. Smoke a blunt and maybe it's whiskey. Think about the world at large, cause Aaron Black sounds like Dave Chappelle. Aaron Black sounds like Dave Chappelle. Aaron Black sounds like Dave Chappelle. Aaron Black sounds like Dave Chappelle.
Welcome to the Black Aaron Podcast, episode 8. What were you going to say before I introduce you?
I was going to ask you, who is that? Is that Alex?
That's Alex. Alex is singing. He wrote a song. I told him I was doing this, and he just went off and wrote an entire
Aaron
song.
Black sounds like Dave Chappelle.
and then Taylor did the pop punk
Right.
He came on.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, these guys are just like, they're so creative and artistic and just like, it's so dope that they made that stuff. It makes me seem more legit, you know?
Yeah. You know what? I think I got it. I think we are a part of a great group of or a great class.
Yeah.
You know, our classmates are
pretty legit.
I think they legit, and everybody's on board, not just with talent, but just on board with the support. I love that. That's one of the strong points for me in this whole DMA program stuff. But anyway, that's enough with the DMA shit. Let's move on. Right.
Let me give you an intro. So my today's guest is a vegan, a U.S. Navy veteran, hip hop head, collector of vinyl, has some interesting connections to Death Row Records, LA native, and introduced me to some of the most wild and satisfying music I've ever heard. Wise, knowledgeable elder, very cool cat from day one, Lance Pierre.
Yes, that's me. Clap it up. Let's get some applause going here. But I got to correct you with the LA native thing.
Oh, you are not?
No.
That was going to be one of my questions.
I was born in Trinidad, and I grew up in the Virgin Islands, the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Nice.
And then I came to Los Angeles, where I spent like a couple of years in high school, and then I joined the Navy.
Nice. So you came from the Virgin Islands?
Yeah.
I got family in the Caribbean, like Anguilla and stuff.
Angola, yeah.
Not Angola, because
Angola's in Africa.
Yeah, Angola's in Africa. So they taught us something in high school or school about geography. We didn't completely miss out. So first I want to ask you, because I have like a million questions for you. Okay, today I want to really pick your brain.
Let's get to it.
First I want to ask you, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. You know what? I was anxious to I didn't want to be late.
Yes.
I didn't, and so I kind of like drove 100 miles on the freeway just to get here. Be safe in the
streets, brother.
But I just have this thing, you did mention I was in the Navy, and I have this thing with promptness.
Okay.
And me too. I just gotta, it's like I just gotta be there on time, or else I feel funny.
Yeah, you feel weird because you know you're late.
Yeah.
And if the person has any type of promptness about themselves, they know you're late too.
Right.
We don't have to talk about it, but
we
know. So
but overall good. I feel great. To answer your
good?
Question, yeah, I feel great. No, I'm not anxious or any of that type of stressful stuff.
Yeah. So is it the vegan diet that's keeping you?
You know what? I would say yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love my vegan diet, and that's all. I got to give credit where credit is due.
Yes,
that's my wife.
That's the wife. Shout outs to the wives.
To the wives.
Shout outs to the wives.
I got to give credit to her with the vegan diet, and it's all about. No, seriously, it's all about. It's a healthy life choice. Mm-hmm. And I didn't just kind of like jump into it. I jumped into it kicking and screaming.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, was it a struggle? Like, what were you eating before? Like, were you went from barbecue ribs to like tofu?
No, well, you know what?
Greens.
I was not a barbecue ribs guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more like curry chicken and jerk chicken and oxtails and fucking curry goat and stuff like that,
like roti and stuff.
Rotis. I'm a West Indian guy, so for me that's more earthy type foods. Not too much of any kind of food. And then I'm gonna share this real quick with the barbecue thing.
Yes.
My dad, he passed in 2011 of cancer. Mm-hmm. And when I spoke to the doctor in Florida, she was telling me that barbecue had something to do with it.
Some carcinogens or something.
Yeah. So right then and there.
Oh, learn from your father then.
Right.
Dang, yeah, that's crazy. Do you know there's a well, I guess you can't go. I don't know why I'm going to tell you. There's a soul food place like right around the corner from here.
M&M's.
I think so, yeah.
M&M's is right there off of Avalon.
Yeah, I've been there once by myself, and another time with Brian Jimenez. I helped him move, and he bought me like lunch or something.
Down there by Starbucks, right?
Yeah, right next to the Starbucks.
Okay, right next to the Starbucks.
It is delicious.
I used to do M&Ms every now and then.
Did you now?
Yeah. That was back in the day when I first got to LA.
So, your last name is Pierre. Is that French or Creole? Is that like a Virgin Islands thing?
No, it's a French thing. Being born in Trinidad on my dad's side. We got the Pierre from France.
Okay.
You know, my ancestors are from West Africa and from India.
Oh wow!
And
you do that ancestry?
Yeah.
You just know?
No. That's just it. I mean, I got a lot of relatives. Some of them, a lot of them, still alive. Most of them, the majority of them, still alive.
Yeah.
And so they always have like a family reunion. Like every 2 years, I'm back in Trinidad.
Oh, that's legit.
Getting the whole
culture.
Yeah, the whole culture
reverberated through your body.
Passing
and soul.
down. Yeah. All that type of stuff.
Talked to my mom about. I posted because I made my cover photo of me laying on a hammock in Anguilla, and my mom commented, "He's like, yeah, we need to go back 2019, 2020." I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah, you should.
The kid will be seriously. Like 2. Like, dude, I want to get some beef patties. I want to they do the lobster. They do everything like grilled. A lot of stuff grilled on the beach out there, like lobster. Like they fry the fish on the beach, like.
A bacon shark. That's one of the things that I'm almost certain you'll have on the beach. It's shark that's kind of like you say barbecued, and then it's served with a bake. Like it's like a Johnny cake, and they put it on the inside and put all this good stuff.
Because the Johnny cake is like I've had Johnny cakes because they're like smaller than beef patties.
Yeah,
but what are they? What are they?
There's no sorts of meat or anything on the inside. It's just like a little bread that you would use or that you would consume with other parts of a dish. Let's say, like, for instance, sawfish. You would break the Johnny cake open and take the fish, put it on the inside, and that's how it's more like a bun, a bread.
Oh, I'm getting hungry for some West Indian food. Jeez. Hey, how would you describe your experience when you were in the Navy?
You know what? I enjoyed being in the Navy.
Cool. How many years?
I was in the Navy for 8 years.
Nice.
But then I got hurt, and I had, I got discharged. But I enjoyed it. For me, it was a great experience. I got to travel and go to places that I probably would have never gone to.
Same here.
Dubai, Bahrain.
I think I went to Bahrain.
Kuwait. I went to Kuwait. I went to Yemen. Wow. I went throughout the whole Middle East, and then I also got a chance to go to all of the Pacific Islands, and then towards my second enlistment, I went to the East Coast, and I wanted to go to like all the Africa and Europe and so on and so forth. But like I said, I didn't get a chance to do that. But it's okay. I got out with a medical discharge because I fell down a shaft and fractured my hips.
Ooh, savage.
But what happened was my hips sort of healed, and I ended up having to have a double hip replacement.
Yeah, I was gonna, because I just want to, kind of briefly just go over that. What was that like? Because you mentioned in the pre-interview questions, like one of the craziest or unexpected things, I guess maybe it was, there's a question you responded to with that was the double hip surgery at 38. Yeah. It
was. First of all, I actually, like I said, I fell down the shaft, hurt myself bad, but I didn't have to have my hips replaced then.
Okay.
So I did that when I was 29.
Okay.
I got discharged out to service at the age of 29. So it was around 27, 28. Then I got discharged, and everything was fine. I went jogging, did all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then what happened was I developed what's called sarcoidosis.
Sarcoidosis. That sounds familiar.
Bernie Mac.
Uh-huh.
That's what he passed of.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a
What is it?
It's a immune system
Autoimmune disease.
and it attacks
your immune system attacks like your organs or
yeah,
body.
or big joints.
Your joint. Oh wow.
Yeah, and so the weakest joints that I had on me at the time was my hips.
And so it just kind of went after that.
Yeah,
Couldn't sustain that type of.
Yeah, and it sucked all the calcium out.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Yeah, so at the age of 35, I had the hips of a 90-year-old man.
Jeez.
And they were like, "Oh my God!" And the VA was like, "Yeah, you got to get your hips replaced, but not right now.
Do it later, and then we'll fight you. We'll fight you about it. We'll fight you about it when you make those VA claims and stuff."
Unfortunately, they didn't fight me about it, but
they didn't. Okay.
Nah,
good.
but it was the fucked up. Excuse, can I cuss on it?
Yeah.
Okay, the fucked up part about it is that from 35 to 38, man, I was walking around in some fucking excruciating pain, brother.
Jeez.
And one of the things that I didn't know, they wouldn't give me any pain medication. These fuckers had me on
ibuprofen.
Ibuprofen or some shit.
That's how they do you. That's how they do you in the military. Like, yeah.
I'm telling these motherfuckers, look, man, I am in pain, but thank God for marijuana.
Marijuana.
Hey, can you play a ganja song right now,
dude,
man?
I do not have a ganja song.
Okay, well, anyway, we
one love, one something. Let's get together and
feel all right. Anyway, look, Aaron. Yeah. I walked around fucked up for all that time, and then finally I got to smoking weed heavily.
Yes.
Before that, I was I just indulged, but I got to self-medicating, and
it helped with
it eased the pain.
It eased the pain. Oh, didn't make it go away.
It didn't make it go away, but it
livable.
Eased the pain, and it eased my suffering, and so
greatly.
Here I am today. I'm not going dwell in that too much.
Well, I'm glad you're here today, brother.
That's right. I'm
glad to have you with me here, Lance. So I want to get into some of the nitty gritty of it. A lot of these questions are just based on stuff I want to know.
Okay.
And when I first met you, I remember almost a year ago now, probably maybe exactly almost a year.
Mm-hmm.
You'd mentioned you're talking about Death Row, Dr. Dre, Tupac. And what was your actual experience as far as Death Row, Dr. Dre, Tupac, and stuff?
Well, what happened was when I got out of service again, prior to getting out of the service, being here in Los Angeles and being absorbed in the culture at the right time.
And what years were this? 90s.
This was the 90s, right before I graduated high school. And I got involved with I lived in South Central Los Angeles. I lived in a neighborhood where one of my best friends ended up being DJ Battlecat. I live right down the street from him. He's the one who did Cali is Active, all the East Siders records. He's Snoop Dogg's DJ. He did We Can Freak It. Some real West Coast classics, but we had a little network of friends who were all into the music, as youngsters. And one of the things I did when I joined the Navy was I went out and I bought a MPC 60.
Okay.
A drum machine.
MPC 60 drum machine.
Yeah, a Kai MPC 60 drum machine, and I started doing beats. And the only reason why I bought it is because Battlecat had a SP 1200, and I wanted an SP 1200. But then I went to this place on Santa Monica, and it's still there. Yeah, Santa Monica and Vine. Right next to Paramount Studios. It was called Nadine's. Before it was Nadine's and Guitar Center. I don't think there was any Sam Ashes or anything, but I went to Nadine's, and Ty Dolla $ign His daddy, Tyrone, right?
Nadine's or what?
No, he didn't run Nadine's. He was a salesman there.
Oh, wow.
Right. And everybody went to Tyrone to get their equipment. So I go to Tyrone. I'm like, yeah, man. So I need this SB1200. And Tyrone was like, man, I got something better. And he brings out this SB1200. This shit is about as big as this boy with these big ass, you know, you can actually use a drumstick to play the shit. I'm exaggerating.
Yeah.
But he's like, this is much better. It had more sampling time and everything than the SB1200.
Oh, okay.
And so I bought that. And fast forward, I ended up having to go overseas. I went to the Middle East, and prior to doing that, I was getting some lessons from Battle Cat because he was really good at it, right? And I even used to rap. I was in a rap group and everything.
Oh, snap.
And we used to go to him and have him make beats. So I left this drum machine with him when I went to the Middle East, hoping that he would learn it. And then when I came back, he would show me some, you know, some basic stuff. And he did. And so I ended up going on another tour to the Pacific Islands. They call it a Westpac.
Okay.
And that's where you go to Korea and do all those fucking exercises that Trump is tripping on. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But anyway, went there, and while I'm on board, I'm now I know some tricks. And oh man, look, I ran into this one kid from Long Beach. His name he's a part of a rap group right now. His name is Dwayne Williams, and we call him Lil Will. Today he's known as Trip Loke from the Twins, and he was produced by Warren G. He introduced me to Warren G. He introduced He introduced me to Snoop Dogg and all those guys while they were at VIP. This is while I'm in the Navy in 90. It was in 90. Excuse me. And so I ended up having brief I wouldn't say confrontations, but brief what would I say? Interaction with these guys. Yeah. Another one of my friends introduced me to Coolio. I started making beats with him. Leak Rat. He's with the 40 Thieves, Coolio and the 40 Thieves and all that good stuff. And when I got out of the Navy, I was just like, you know what? Fuck that, man. Do I want to wear a uniform? I went and I took the test to go to the post office and shit, and I said, you know what?
Oh, you took so you could be a post office person? You're like, I'll get a good job. They got benefits,
all that shit, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Passed it in the day. They said, okay, it's time to go to work. I said,
nothing wrong with that.
Man, ain't nothing wrong with it. But I said, is that what I really want to do? Yeah. And I went to a studio in North Hollywood and got a minimum wage job as a runner. They didn't have
they were paying runners back then?
Yeah.
I don't think they paid. I don't know.
They was paying you seriously, they was paying you like $8 an hour or some shit like that.
That's probably what they pay them now.
To work at a studio, go get food,
or they don't.
And on your downtime. In fact, I got what his name was Tom Murphy.
Sounds familiar.
He was the chief engineer for the Beach Boys back in the day. He bought this big ass studio on Lancashire.
Okay.
And no, not Lancashire, but Vineland and Magnolia.
Yeah.
Right now, that studio is occupied by Kanye West. It's painted black, and he's there. But make a long story short, I ended up going there, and the very first day I started of my interview. Me and Tom, we talked, and he told me, yeah, you just got out the Navy, you're gonna be making next to nothing, and blah. I'm like, I'm cool with that. This is what I want to do. Yeah. I walk downstairs, and who do I run into? Battle Cat. He's about to start a session, and we got to chopping it up, and Tom looked at me and said, you know him? And automatically he just threw me in the room. I need for you to assist this guy right here. So I went from being interviewed as a runner to assisting
engineer on some
to assisting a guy by the name of George, a Hispanic engineer. He's really good. To assisting him on Battle Cat sessions. And then once that was done, every time Battle Cat came in, I would be his assistant. In between time, because I had some technical skills, he put me in a fucking workshop and upped my pay to $12 an hour.
Damn. You went from 8 to 12
in a matter of weeks, man.
Yeah. You can a $4 raise in this day and age is kind of a big deal, man. When I got in the military, I went to Sam's Club at like 21, 22. I needed a job. I think I lifeguarded before the military, whatever. And they're like, "Oh, you've got military experience? We'll give you about 30 cents extra on that." That's what that earned. I was like, "Wow, I must really be something special, right? Extra 30 cents for my, military experience. Wow." Outstanding. Yeah. So whatever, that sucked. But go on.
So through from my works at that studio, I also assisted and this just goes to show how small the world is.
Yeah.
I assisted a guy by the name of Greg Geisenhower.
Yeah.
He was Warren G's engineer.
Yeah.
The endo smoke, the regulator, and all that good stuff. He was Warren G's engineer, and I started assisting him because of my connection with the twin, Trip Loke, who was my shipmate, and from there I started getting a lot of assisting jobs to where I
started referencing you out.
Yeah, and then one day a session came in from Can-Am. Can-Am is that infamous studio that Death Row occupied for several years.
Okay.
But they had so many acts that some of their acts were
just like offloaded to another studio, like a surplus of acts. They didn't have the space and resources. Right.
They didn't have the space or resources, so they sent their acts to other studios. The guy, his name is Kevin Lewis, Ramsey Lewis's son. Okay. He liked what I was doing, and he said, "Man, so how much they paying you here?" And I was like, "Well, I'm getting $12 an hour."
Yeah.
And this was, in a matter of a year and a half. And he says, "How'd you like a job over at Can-Am? We need some engineers over there." I'm like, "I don't know. I heard a lot of bad things about that."
Shit goes down at Can-Am.
Yeah, right.
Death Row vibe, just like
that's Death Row. You want to stay away from that shit
because that shit was like super lit. Like there was like. That's when people died in hip hop.
People was getting whooped
people
up
die
on.
Now.
Well,
they could easily catch an ass whooping. Easily.
Especially engineers. Especially engineers.
Because if you ain't right in the session, you might. Wow, they might really whoop that.
Because
ass.
Engineers are quite particular. We want to make sure levels are right. We want to make sure certain things are right.
I can hear myself with my headphones.
At this studio, when they say record, you needed to record and don't stop.
Record everything.
Okay, so anyway, Kevin Lewis asked me, and then he I'm like, "Well, I don't know," and he's like, "Yeah, we'll pay you $20 an hour."
You're like, there. I can risk an ass whooping for $20 an hour.
Look. All he said was keep your nose clean and mind your own business, do your job, and good. And Tom Murphy, he was my mentor, and that's what he always emphasized. Lance, keep your nose clean. If the clients they're the clients. Let them have the party. Your job is your job. So I did that. I kept my nose clean. I got over to my first session was with a group called Red Rum. And I got in there. And he said, "Okay, I'll try you out as an assistant. If you don't like it, it's cool, but it's at midnight."
Mm-hmm. And damn, they got them late night sessions.
At midnight, and I show up, and the engineer didn't show up.
Oh, because you're assisting.
I was trying it out, so it's like, okay, I'm gonna try out for this position and see what's going on. Get to know the place, and man, I ended up having to do the session, and when it because I knew how to program, because I knew how to record, I didn't quite know the room, but another one of my mentors, he actually stayed at Can-Am for 24 hours. His name is Thomas Darty.
Darty sounds familiar as hell.
Yeah, and he I remember him getting up because I'm trying to set up the room and everything, and he's like, "Hey man, you got this?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't quite know the room." So he came and he just did the Caesar thing. He just went bam, 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 bam. Your mic is here. you know how to record, right? Yeah, I got everything.
Yeah, sure.
He said, yes, I'll be in the back asleep.
Handle this.
Handle it. And I thought these guys were ready. Next thing I know, I'm programming beats for them and all kind of stuff. And the guy I remember, he's deceased now. He got gunned down right after Tupac got killed.
Dang, people were just going.
People were dying. His name was Heron, and Heron said,
"Damn, that sounds familiar too."
He said, he said, "What's your name? What's your name, Blood?" And I'm like, "My name is Lance Pierre."
Lance Pierre, Blood.
No, I didn't say none of that shit. He said, "Sugar gonna hear about you." And then
Sugar hear about you.
Yeah. Look, and then all this is happening so fast, right? Then the very next week, I went from working at midnight to working during the day, during regular hours,
midnight hours to day hours,
to daytime hours. So
Sugar gonna hear about you.
Sugar gonna hear about you.
I'm never gonna stop saying this. I'm gonna hear this until we graduate.
Next thing I know, it's like, but prior to that, though, let me add some more flavor to the story.
Yes.
Prior to that, remember Dr. Dre, he got in some trouble and he ended up having to do some community service. I lived in Pasadena.
Yeah.
My wife and my 3 kids, and my wife used to take them to the little park. That's the main reason why I snatched the $20 an hour.
You're trying to raise a family, trying to take care of your family.
Man. I'm young and I got a family. These are kids in fucking what do you call it, elementary, and all that type of stuff. So I snatched the $20, but my wife went to a park, took my kids to a park where Dr. Dre was doing community service, and she spoke to him, and she said,
"Really?" She
said, "My husband is an engineer. He works at Can-Am, not Can-Am, but Track Records, and he I'm sure he would like to work with you one of these days." And she just left it there. He said he even gave her a card.
Wow. And
it just so happened that during that whole Death Row time, I worked with Dr. Dre like about, I'll say, 10 times on different projects. The dog food project, I worked with him during the mixing stage.
Okay.
The California Love record, I worked with him during that stage. In fact, I assisted Keston Wright.
Mm-hmm.
He engineered for Teddy Riley and who else? Ice Cube. He engineered for Ice Cube. He was a very good engineer, and he showed me some things. In fact, I kind of showed him some things, because over there at Death Row, they were just
whatever.
They were doing whatever, not even mixing shit.
They're just trying to get it on the track.
They're just trying to get it down, get a rough mix, and then print that shit. Send that shit to Bernie Graham and have him master it. So anyway, I worked with Dr. Dre on several projects, and even up to the time when he finally left Death Row. I always say to myself, I'm not sure, but I always say to myself, I was one of the first engineers at Death Row to run into Tupac.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when he came out of jail. He had on some Chucks, hair wasn't cut, a wife beater, and some Levi's. And I was in one of the studios setting up for a session, and he walked in, and I looked at him, and he looked at me. I did the regular nods.
Yeah.
Hey, what's happening, man? You know how we do.
Yeah.
Just nodded to him, and that was it. But then during the time when he was doing the All Eyes on Me project, all of a sudden, I had some mutual friends. I was told to go to Compton and pick up big bags of weed.
They had you go.
I'm in the middle of a fucking session, bro.
Well, priorities, bro. You're a runner. You went from.
Hold up! I'm in the middle of a session, and Suge wants you to go to Compton. And talk to a Kabali. And he, you know Kabali, right? Yeah, I know him. Well, go talk to him, and he's gonna give you something. I go out there and this dude gives me like, you know, a half a pound,
some hefty
of chronic, all bagged up in ounce bag, you know, in ounces. And I'm supposed to I get back to the studio. I'm like, what the fuck is this? In my mind, I'm like, man, I'm a fucking engineer. What the fuck I'm doing? Going to get fucking.
You gonna do whatever Suge wants you to do.
Hey, you gonna do whatever. You gonna do whatever Suge wants you to do.
Suge gonna hear about you, blood.
Blood, you gonna hear about you. And I'm like, oh shit, man. So I did it, and I walk in the studio, and you know, again, I run into Tupac and his entourage, and they look at me. He's like, "What you got, man?" So I say, "Yeah, man, you know, this is what I have." And he said, "Give me all that shit." He gave me a big chunk of cheese. You know, later on that day, I took that shit back to Kamali, Suge's partner, and he had me another bag.
So they got you doing middleman, so their hands aren't touching it. They pimping you out a little bit, bro.
I started getting pimped like a motherfucker to where I had a backpack full of weed. To where all the artists would come to me, everybody wanted to be in. You know,
they thought you're the weed man, but
they thought I was the fucking weed
weren't.
man. I'm like, fuck, man, I'm the engineer.
You're the front man.
I'm like, oh shit,
the engineer
man,
is acting as the front man.
What kind of bullshit is this?
You're the proxy.
Oh my god,
that's
man.
crazy.
And you know,
and what are you gonna do? You're trying to work. You're trying to feed your family. You don't want no smoke. You don't want no trouble.
I don't want no trouble, man. I got little ones to take care of.
So you just had to do what you had to do.
Did
you tell your wife at the time, or you're just like, oh shit, let me not talk to her about
you know what my wife found out when Kabaddi got robbed by his
his plug?
No, his cousin. Akil robbed Kabaddi and then came to my house in Pasadena and gave me fucking $100,000 that he was supposed to take up north to buy weed. So and he put it. And I was so fucking scared, man. I put it up in the cabinet. And shit. My wife was like, "What the fuck is all this money doing here?"
Bro, I hope there's a statue.
That's those guys.
Come holler at you.
Oh, marijuana's legal in California. You know that, right? So I can talk about it all I want.
Yeah.
No, but guess what? The sad part about this is that Akil is dead.
Mm-hmm.
And he died, some time ago.
Yeah.
And the saddest part about all this shit that I'm talking about, the whole death row scene, is a lot of good people passed away. Yeah.
Suge, dude, I think he's in jail now. I think he ran over somebody on a movie set.
He sure did.
How is that?
Hey! I got the best defense for Suge.
What's the best defense for Suge right now?
PTSD.
I think he was causing a lot of PTSD.
No. But I'm talking about for Suge.
Yeah.
Because he got shot. He got shot in the club. He got knocked the fuck out by some barber. You know, remember a barber knocked him out at a club, and then somebody shot him at a Chris Brown concert or something. I heard about that. And so these guys, when he went to that set, these guys actually, had a gun in his face, and they were punching the shit out of him.
I didn't hear about any of that stuff.
Okay, well, guess what?
What?
Knight might be coming home real soon.
Oh, really?
For real.
Yeah, well, I hope he can stay out of trouble, man. He might want to retire somewhere down south.
Wait. I thought he would have retired a long time ago and went and went to let's just say
go move to Canada. Well, they don't take people with felonies and all that shit though.
But where's a good place he could go to?
Go to the Virgin Islands.
To the islands, yeah. Just go kick back.
Get yourself a nice island girl. Eat some roti, some beef patty, some Johnny cakes.
That's right. Drink some rum,
fish,
smoke some weed,
drink some rum. Yeah, bro. Like, you need to chill out. You're getting old, bro.
Yeah,
like you need to calm down.
Yeah,
he needs to calm down, man.
Yeah.
He was a scary dude. You were deep in the game with the death row.
Oh man, I was in the trenches.
You were in the trenches.
I was in the trenches.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone would have done anything different regarding the money or the.
Well, you know what? One of the things is all eyes on me. I never let my family listen to All Eyes on Me. Because
Why?
Because I worked so hard on it, I never got any credit. I worked real hard. I tracked stuff. I didn't mix anything. I assisted a lot of the engineers on it, but then there was several assistants on the project, and one dude, I remember his name. His name's Alvin. Mm-hmm. It was the day that I was off, and I had to I was off, so I was taking care of family business and stuff, and I wasn't there to talk to Johnny J's wife, Kat, about my contribution to the album, and Alvin took credit for every fucking thing. I was so mad about that, man.
Fuck you, Alvin.
I was like, you fucking asshole. I mean, but at the time, it couldn't be changed.
It couldn't be done any different.
It couldn't be changed. But I thought I got vindicated when Tupac handpicked Thomas Darty and myself to do his Machiavelli record.
Oh, wow.
And I think that's one of the greatest records that he did prior to, it's like a hip hop cult classic.
Wow,
and
definitely.
I'm really, I mean, that's one of my proud accomplishments, you know what I'm saying, as far as being involved in a real heavyweight project, because
definitely
when this dude, and we talking about people at death row getting fucking killed and all that shit, when he died, when they said, oh, Tupac is dead, I wanted to know, what kind of stunt is this? Is this something I didn't believe the dude died.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
Because prior to that, I saw the painting, when he was on the cross and so on. And I was always going like, man, this shit is kind of crazy, man.
Yeah, just like with Biggie and Life After Death and stuff.
All that shit. Well, Biggie, I kind of already knew that he got gunned down.
Yeah.
Based on some revenge shit.
Yeah.
But the Machiavelli thing, I was kind of like, I was dumbfounded, and I don't know if I was in shock or some shit like that. Like, man, we only making fucking records. How a talent like this just fucking pass away? You know what I'm saying? So
jealousy. Yeah,
all that bullshit. But that was what I feel that was one of my best contributions, or my vindications for All Eyes on Me. And then after that, I started working at the Enterprise.
What's the Enterprise?
The Enterprise is a studio in Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I started working over there with like Puff Daddy and R. Kelly and all those guys.
Kid Toucher.
And hey, yeah. Piss on Me and all that good shit. So I started working over there, and Marshall walks in, and they assigned me to do some tracking, and I got the opportunity to mix Stan on his Marshall Mathers album.
Wow, you had your fingers in a
again. He took the credit.
Who, Alvin?
No, not Alvin.
Who?
Eminem.
Oh.
Eminem. If you look at that particular song, it says mixed Stan. It says mixed by Eminem. Okay, but it's and engineered by Lance Pierre.
Ooh, I'm about to go check out those.
Check that shit out, bro.
Stan.
Check it out. And I'm gonna tell you how we did it. We did it. First and foremost, he wanted to extend the song. Okay, we got the song from a producer, the 45 King.
Yeah,
he did works with Queen Latifah and so on and so forth. And
UNITUR.
Yeah, that guy. And so he sent the song on a 2-inch reel, right?
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, and he's like, M is like, yeah, man, we need to extend this song. I need to make it like 6 minutes long. And I'm like, but it's a 3-minute song. And then finally, I was like, oh, I know how we could do that.
Yeah,
we could record that shit into Pro Tools, and then boom, 3 minutes turns into 6 minutes, because I can take the entire, kind of like duplicate the song, and that's, we did that. Back then it wasn't as easy to go on YouTube and get effects, so I suggested that we contact SIR. Back then they used to have like effects libraries, so all the scribbling and so on and so forth. Those were things that were in Eminem's mind, and we actually placed stuff where it belongs.
Yeah.
And then we, I mixed the shit out the song, and guess what, man? I did like 3 songs on that album. So I actually got a Grammy. But okay, I'm
sitting here with a Grammy.
Yeah. So this is some hot shit that this is some hot shit. But check this shit out. I didn't actually know how big the song was.
Really? What the hell were you doing? Raising a family?
I was raising a family and I was constantly working.
So you didn't even know.
I didn't even give a fuck. I did the session and then I moved on.
Yeah.
I did the session. Project. I moved on to the next project. Did the session, moved on to the next project, and it wasn't until Grammy Day when Elton John started playing some shit. This motherfucker was playing Stan, and Eminem came out, and I'm like, what the fuck? And so I at the time I had a guy who wanted to be my manager.
Yeah.
And I said, manage. I told him, go ahead, manage.
Manage me. Make me beautiful. Make me beautiful.
And he went out and he collected all the trophies and all the extra stuff. And he got his little, 15%.
Yeah, 10,
and
15.
He did what he had to do. And I got what I think was due to me. It's a cruel. I'll tell anybody in our program, this shit is cruel, man.
Cold-blooded.
Yeah, this engineering shit is a cold-blooded motherfucker. Anyway, let's move on. That's enough.
Wow, that was good, man. Damn. Okay. All right. So I want to jump right on this one. I'm gonna ask you 2 different kinds. Top 5 dead or alive.
Mm-hmm.
This is just particularly rappers.
Mm-hmm. Top 5. I got Pac and Big, of course.
Okay.
Sean Price. Who else? Sean Price. I got 2 more, and they rappers. Okay, I got Jay Dilla. He's a rapper producer.
Okay.
And just recently,
J. Cole.
No, J. Cole ain't dead. J. Cole's alive.
I said top 5 dead or alive.
Oh, dead or alive. Oh shit, I'm doing all the dead motherfuckers. Hold up. Let's rewind.
Yeah, because I want it to be more like cohesive.
Okay. So top 5. I got of course the 2 that I named first.
So Pac and Big, obviously.
Pac and Big. I'm gonna have three dead motherfuckers. Pac, Big, and Sean Price. And then alive, I got the boy K Dot.
K-Dot. Okay.
Yeah. Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
And then next in line would be for my live guys. Would be I'm not gonna say J. Cole. I kind of like J. Cole. So, I don't like him all the way. I'll go with Drake.
But okay, so top 5 dead or alive, like both.
Oh, so you want 5 dead ones and 5 alive?
No,
ones?
just the all together combined. That way you don't add any extra.
That's
ones.
it.
Okay.
I just gave you 5.
So Sean Price,
Pac. Biggie, and Pac. Those are my dead motherfuckers.
Okay.
And then my live motherfuckers is gonna be K. Dot, Kendrick Lamar, and who else? There's so many live motherfuckers that I like, but I'm gonna go with Drake. I'm gonna go with the hot motherfuckers right now.
All right.
I like some hot motherfuckers.
What about top 3 non-rap artists, bands, whatever?
Top 3 non-rap artist bands that I like. Oh, I played one for you. Alan. Damn. What's my guy's name? I can't. Sometimes I can't just pull them out at the top of my fucking head. You said bands and or
just non-rap artists, non-rap, non-hip hop world.
Okay, well, you know what? I love reggae, so Chronix is gonna be one of them.
Oh, cool.
I love Chronix.
Yeah.
And what the fuck, man? I play him all the fucking time and I can't. I played it in class, man. The Alan. What the fuck is his name? Alan.
I know you're talking about the '90s album that was like kind of sounded.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
old
yeah,
jazz.
yeah, real jazzy and shit.
Okay.
That guy doing that part. His name is Alan. Let me see, ALL. Let me see. Let me look in my library and I'll pull him up, and that way I can get this shit right
out of your mind.
Yeah. I hate that, man. I woke up. I was out with the Tony Allen. I was up. I think so far I've had like 3 hours worth of sleep because I was up till 3 o'clock with these the television students out in Riverside, way out there in Riverside, like almost. I think it was past Riverside. I think, in my opinion, that shit might have been Arizona.
So you're working with them right now, shooting some stuff.
Yeah, doing some location sounds, and then I got home like around 3 o'clock,
Jesus.
and then I got up at 6 o'clock this morning. And because I had a meeting that I had to go to, and then I ran over here.
Thanks for being here.
You know what I'm saying? So I keeps it moving. But anyway, that's my my living and my dead and my
okay, and
the bands. Oh, do I need one more? You said 3, right?
You could drop one more.
One more. Band. A non-rap would be Russell.
Russell who?
He I just remember the song because I like it. Oh, I'm gonna go with that one kid that Nick introduced me to. Because
Daniel Caesar?
No, it's a guy from France. His name is Bay something, and he does like old 70s music. I mean 80s music. It's pretty dope, man. But anyway, those are my guys. I can't name them all. Let me see. Where's
Not
my
bad.
library? Yeah, but it's non-rap and rap. So that's where I am, party people, in the place to be.
Okay, nice. Let's see here. What else do I want to know? What no, not that. Do you play any instruments?
I do a bunch of programming, and I do keyboard stuff. I actually took some piano lessons at my junior college.
But you don't play any now.
So, well, you know what? I'm not in a band or anything. But if I sit down and I don't do drums or anything. But if I sit down, for instance, and I'm doing a mix and shit is out of key and all that type of shit, I get on the keyboards and I go boom, 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 play some chords,
some melody,
and stuff like that,
and melody and some chords.
I try and put whatever's out of key in key.
Okay, that's good.
And it's just little simple parts, but that was one of the reasons why I decided at a certain point in my life to get some kind of basic training. I'm not, some people, yeah, man, I'm classically trained and all that. Well, I'm fucking,
mix of both.
Concrete jungle trained and shit. I just do it the way I do, but I got a good ear, and I feel like I know when some shit is not in key and it's supposed to be in key. And sometimes a lot of the tools that's afforded to us due to the advancement in technology is definitely not. Is that me saying? That's my cousin saying.
Yeah, you got a cousin on there, Lydia. Pierre.
Lydia, she's saying Uncle Pex is on loving it. Oh, he loving this shit. Huh? What's up, Uncle Pex?
Big up, Uncle Pex.
Hey, it looked like you're taking good care of yourself, Uncle. I saw that picture, and I plan on coming down there. Me and Tracy, we plan on coming down there and visiting y'all really, really soon, Uncle.
That's nice.
That's my auntie Lydia.
That's what's up, man. The auntie.
Yeah.
Let's see. I like to ask everybody that comes on, what is your dream?
My dream is to raise a good family, and when I say a good family, a productive family. Because we could raise, when you get older, you can raise, your priorities change.
Yes, as
my
older.
yeah. My dreams have always been to, being able to provide
for your family,
for my family, and I feel that I've been doing a good job at that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that answers your question.
I think you're doing a good job. I think you're doing a good job. You got through death row. You made it through Can-Am Studios.
Can-Am Records, huh?
Suge asking about you, blood.
Hold up. Did I tell you about the time I got robbed in a studio?
No.
I got fucked. So I'm on a session with Universal, right?
Yes.
So it's with Sticky Fingers.
Oh, Onyx.
From Onyx. Yeah. The whole Onyx group and everything. And everybody's loving,
they were cool as shit.
The studio that I was at is called Sound Castle, and it's two separate buildings. It's in Silver Lake or Atwater Village. So there's a building in the front and there's a building in the back. The front building got this SSL board. The back building got this big Neve board, right?
Yeah.
And I'm on the Neve and I'm working with Sticky Fingers in them. And in the front, you got a Corrupt, the Dog Pound, Battle Cat, everybody in front there working on Corrupt's Corruption album. Okay, now one of the guys from Onyx is walking around with this big Chuck jewelry all the time. This is Los Angeles. I'm like, anyway, ain't none of my business. You know what I'm saying? I'm just the engineer. I'm doing whatever I need to do. And at us, we was there for like about a week, and I'll say on the fourth day, I'm on the board and I'm tweaking. I'm getting ready to do. I just got through tracking some stuff, and I'm trying to make sure the frequencies are right, levels are right, and so on. I look over, and I see the door pops open, and this Glock with a silver Glock peeks in, and then I see the dude comes in with his head, and I'm like, oh shit,
we about to get robbed.
I just said that in my mind. Oh shit, and dude's like, hey, take it off, and I'm reaching for my little gold chain. I had on this exact chain, and I'm like, hold up, tuck my shit in, button my shirt up. He said, get down on the ground over here. So all you guys get down on the ground. But so I get down on the ground behind the console, and I got an assistant with me now, and they take dude's jewelry and everything and bones out. And I said, you know what? I'm getting up. There's no way that they still here. So I got up, looked around. My assistant is crawling down from the attic and shit. And he's like, are they gone? Are they gone?
Oh, wow. He crawled up in the damn ceiling.
That motherfucker was out of there. He was gone. And I looked at it. I said to myself, man, this business right here is something else.
Straight
man.
ruthless.
This shit is like for some Chuck jewelry. But again, you had these dudes from New York at the atmosphere was the East Coast. That shit had not died down yet. Biggie had not gotten killed yet.
So shit was still hyped.
Shit was still hyped, you know what I'm saying? And
they're like, we want to rob us some East Coast cats.
Man, you know what?
We want to get that jewelry.
What all that robbery did, studios never used to be enclosed the way they are right now with all these big fences, and you got a ring doorbell. Yeah. After that, once that started happening, they start putting up fences and security cameras and
locking it down.
Yeah, locking it down, man. People was coming in, robbing Michael Jackson's sessions and taking equipment. Just take the equipment out, the outboard equipment.
Excessive crime will change shit. It will change things.
I would say excessive crime, but also it's an atmosphere of all that silly. People don't know how to distinguish between real life shit. And
what up,
fake
Fambona? Saying LP in the cut.
What's up, Fambona? Hey, yo, Brian, how's that the mix room treating you?
Are you guys sharing a? Are you guys sharing a studio?
No. He's doing his internship, and I'm just hoping that he's enjoying it. That's it.
Oh, where's he doing it at?
I think the mix room. Well, I shouldn't say I think. He's doing it at the mix room in Burbank, California.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, big up to him. Big up to him.
Congrats and keep up the good work, buddy.
Yeah. Jeez, let's see here. God, you're really dropping the knowledge here today. I feel like I'm getting a lot of good information.
Too much, huh?
Out of you. Maybe. I hope it doesn't. I hope it don't come back to you.
I'm good. I'm well established, matured, like some fine ass wine that you get out of Napa Valley now. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got my bright shirt on. You know, you see how bright
that's what's up, man.
Shirt, you know?
Yeah, I feel like it's like summertime. So, I feel like you got your Jazzy Jeff shirt.
That's right. I feel like a fresh prince.
Yeah, I feel like that's what that is.
Oh man.
Let's see. I don't think I was gonna. Can I get a kind of a brief? I don't know. I was gonna mention something about LeBron and like Trump or something. Did you see that? He opened that school.
Yeah, he did. And you know what? In regards to that matter, I am not a fan of the Orange Man.
Yes. Orange Man.
I was barely a fan before he became the leader of the free world, the asshole of the free world.
Yes.
But as far as LeBron James goes, I say big ups to LeBron. I feel like he's doing
big things.
He's doing very big. He's doing bigger things than the Orange Man.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say doing bigger things, before the Orange Man became the Orange Man, he wasn't opening schools to help educate our future. And that's what LeBron is doing. Not only educate our future, but educate the people to educate our future. The mothers and fathers.
Yeah, because it's got GED services and job placement services for the school.
Yeah. That's big, man. That's
it's
fucking huge.
And it's like really LeBron's got to be. But hey, wherever the change happens, let it happen. And I'm sure moving on 10 years from now, I'm sure multiple other players, maybe not just in the NBA, but maybe the NFL, maybe even baseball which because they make a lot of money in baseball.
They make a lot of money, but as far as not just LeBron, but when you look at like Derrick Rose, when you look at Carmelo Anthony, when you look at JaVale McGee, there's a bunch of individuals out there. And if we're talking just athletes, that's out there really doing things like these guys, Derrick Rose, Carmelo Anthony, JaVale McGee. Those guys are in Africa trying to provide services that is well needed in the third world. Schools, hospitals, water.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Water.
They're humanitarians along with being an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? It's like you was in the service.
Yeah.
So let's just say, for instance, you was on an LHA. Something happened. A big typhoon happened in the Philippines, and you were called to assist. Your command was called to assist. You jump on an LHA. We'd take you out to the Philippines. You land on shore. You'd go help them out, whatever. Yeah, and then at the end of the day, they'd give you a humanitarian badge.
Yeah.
A pin for being a humanitarian. I got one of those. I got a couple of them.
Yeah.
So again, I say big ups to these athletes and anybody else who's out there around the world, not just at home. We need more at home here in America.
Yes.
We need more people like LeBron. But big ups to whoever's doing it, however they doing it. Fucking Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey. Big ups to all of y'all.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up, man. Yeah, we need more people setting examples, doing big things, positivity, helping people get education and get inspired. People gotta, they gotta eat. It's hard to focus in school when you ain't got meals and stuff. So yeah, anybody who's doing it and giving more people opportunity, big up to them. Can't say anything, negative.
Negative,
yeah. Unless you're the Orange Man.
Unless you're the Orange Man, and even then, I'm not saying anything negative. You're just orange.
Yeah, whatever. We can move off that because I don't like to really talk about stuff. I thought it was really strange that he came at him sideways about that. Like,
Yeah.
it was just really weird. I was like, you realize he just opened his school door stuff, said nothing towards you, and you're like coming at him strange.
Yeah.
I thought that was really weird.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but what isn't weird?
What isn't? Everything's super strange times. Oh, real quick, I posted an article the other day. I guess some protesters in like Berkeley, they were doing a protest, like a counter protest to another protest. They said these people are being fascist, so they're like, we're anti-fascist.
Right.
So, but then when they were going down the street, they just start like trying to break the window of the USMC recruiting place. I was just like, first of all, you're lucky no one's there.
There, right?
Because they're just sitting around all day. They would love to just have time to come out and just put in some work.
Yeah.
So but it's just like, it's just so strange. Like, y'all mad at the wrong people.
Yeah.
Y'all mad at all the wrong people, and you're going about it super sideways. But another thing I wanted to ask you in pre-interview questions, I said, who do you trust? You said you trust your wife, your family, and the God of my understanding. And when you said the God of your understanding, what exactly did you mean when you said that?
Okay, now when I say the God of my own understanding, I come from a very spiritual and religious background. My dad was a pastor.
Okay.
And so I went to church Sunday to Sunday. No breaks in between when I was at a certain age.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so you're going every day if your dad's the pastor.
Yeah. So I had my experiences with God.
Yes.
The God that I did not understand. So, I thought God was the super spy up in the sky.
He's watching every move.
Watching every move you make and all that extra stuff. As I got older, and I got a chance to develop my own spirituality. I developed my own spirituality. I can remember, like, when I was 12 years old or something like that, looking at Rastafarians, for instance, because remember, I was in the islands.
They had their own kind of
and
mysticism.
Rastafarians during that time was kind of, Rastafari, the whole spiritual aspect of it was overlooked, and people in the islands used to look at them as bums, really. And for some reason, I kind of gravitated towards that due to the fact of, the late, great Bob Marley and his music and how he got stuff out there. But again, in growing up, I got the opportunity to witness certain things. And I say to myself, when I say the God of my own understanding, I'm not into like the religious or the religion type of God. You know? I'm more into spirituality.
Yeah.
I'm more into like meditating. I'm more into the oneness that I feel of self. And also being in the Navy, I got the opportunity to experience that. And when I say the God of my own understanding, I know there's something more powerful than me in this whole universe. Greater than me in this universe. I have no qualms. I will not sit here and tell me ain't nothing like that. The ocean is one of the greatest forces that I have experienced in this world. And if that ain't, something to say, well, there got to be something out there. As far as religion goes, people don't believe in what they can't see.
Yes.
Right. But you do believe that the wind is out there, right? You don't see that. You don't see the wind. But you see the leaves on the tree.
Invisible force of power that can move things.
That can move things.
Can see in ways you don't understand.
That you don't understand. So I had to develop a God of my own understanding. And I believe that life is part of that God of my own understanding. I strive every day to make myself as best of a human being that I can be, and also to illuminate my light, or my aura to the people that's around me. I also use my life experiences. I've been placed in positions to where I feel that life-threatening positions But I made it through all of that. I made it through all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Invisible forces saved that ass.
Yeah, and one of the one of the things that or sayings that I heard from my grandmom and mother and people in my family circles that somebody somewhere is praying for you, and I do believe that. I might not pray every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I might, but every once in a while I get down and pray. I don't go to church every day. I don't go to church every Sunday, but I go to church, and I know when I'm not one of those type of guys who, God, get me out of this. I don't believe in that. I believe you stuck in a position and you pray to some God and they're going to get you out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They say God helps those who help themselves.
Yeah.
So if you ain't helping yourself, God, ain't no God around.
Yeah.
You feel me? So that's where I'm at with that, with the God of my own understanding.
I thought that was interesting. I do like that. And then that's literally what it is, a God of your own understanding.
Of my own understanding.
For your own individual kind of experience.
Right.
Cool, because everyone has different experiences and perspectives. So I like that you don't just have this kind of, blanketing kind of think everyone should believe the same thing you believe, and they should have their own individual kind of experience, because they do. Everyone does.
Yeah.
So I like that. Your understanding, especially coming from where you came from, being young in the church, father is a pastor, and going to church every day, and then kind of developing, your own, intellectual understanding, spiritual understanding of forces greater than us, like the wind in the universe,
and the ocean and the sea.
Yeah, I do have one more question before we get out of here.
Okay.
I wanted to close it with this. You said, for one of the pre-interview questions I asked, what has been your most valuable life lesson? You said there's lots of things in life that are replaceable, like a house, a car, money, but time is irreplaceable. Time waits on no man. So the most valuable life lesson is to make the best use of my time. So I want to ask you, how have you made the best use of your time?
Well, I like.
I believe this.
For real, I like this. I like to say I always keep it moving, and when I say I keep it moving, I keep myself busy. And I have schedules that I do my best to stick to adhere to. For instance, I went through the whole thing of me, the Navy, doing something that I like, that I enjoy, and then it came the time when when a bulb turned on and said, I need more education. So as you know, as one of my classmates, hey, I did the junior college thing, and I did it to the best of my ability. I woke up every morning. Although I'm doing my educational side, but I'm also doing my professional side where I do have a job. Okay, now I could have used. Here we go. Time waits on no man. Okay, I got out the Navy, and I got out the Navy with a GI Bill.
Yes.
Time waits on no man.
Because it's like 15 years.
15 years. Boom. Your shit is gone.
Yeah.
On the 15th year, I went to use my shit, and it was gone. Which means, how you gonna do this, Lance? Because you really want to do it.
Yes.
Okay. And what I ended up doing was reaching into my pocket.
Yeah.
And I'm paying for it. So I can use that also as, that example, that life's lesson as an example to say time really waits on no man, no matter, what you're doing.
Yes.
You have to be proactive, and you have to keep, to stay, to stay involved and keep moving forward towards whatever you're going to do in life, whether it's, raising your kids, family, job, career, education. You can't just stop and say, I'll do it later. You know how many people have started on their education? How many people I know have started on their education and got to a certain point and said, you know what, I'm gonna stop for a minute and I'll get back to it next year. And next year never shows up.
And not just with school, with anything.
With anything.
Anything.
You know
People just start stuff. That's why I'm trying to stay consistent.
Yeah.
With this. Okay, let me turn it off. That's why I'm trying to stay consistent with this podcast. I just want to kind of make the most of it, see what kind of opportunities it brings about. I like it. I get to learn more about my colleagues and stuff, but I want to stay consistent because I know consistency is extremely important being successful in literally anything. Even if you're not that good at something, if you stay consistent,
you become good at it.
You'll become good at it, and opportunity may present itself. Because people that get promoted at jobs and stuff, not maybe because they're the best at it, but maybe they're just consistent,
right?
And they stick in there, and people just come and go, revolving door, and
they get noticed. I find when you're consistent, somebody's watching all of us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, literally looking at all of us, and your consistency leaves an impression on them. So when it comes time for, like you said, that opportunity, they say, let's get the black guy with the glasses. Let's get Aaron Black.
Here I am, universe. Bless me.
You know what I'm saying?
Come with your blessings. Anytime you want.
Let's get him because he's consistent.
That's what's up, man.
You feel me?
Also about consistency.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for coming on the show today, Mr. Lance Pierre.
Not a problem, my guy.
It has been a freaking amazing, great, dope pleasure. I'm going to have a lot of fun listening to this again later. I always listen to it again later. And just this is really cool, man. I'm going to look up those mixing credits for Stan. I'm going to find some more mixing credits and stuff. Probably hit you up about some music. I'm sure you got a deep vinyl collection, which I'll have to come through and see.
Hey! I see my guy Owen Daly.
Who's that?
My shipmate.
Oh, is that Loke or
no? Owen Daly is my shipmate from Jamaica. He's a lifer. He just retired.
Nice.
He
big
just retired.
Up. Big up to that guy retiring out of the military.
Oh yeah. And he's my guy. He was one of my my go for it. And yes, Owen, I did throw in a bit of my Fighting Five experience.
Was that the rap? What was
No. The Fighting Five was my experience in the Navy.
Okay.
Yeah. That was my my Navy experience. And hey, like I told my colleague right here, I enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah. I don't know if I can say that for the Marine Corps. I don't know about every single minute. I mean, overall, I wouldn't give it back for the world. But,
right.
Yeah. But, yeah, man, I want to thank my guest, Lance Pierre, today.
Lance
for
Pierre.
coming on the show, Black Aaron Broadcast.
The two black guys with glasses.
Two black guys with glasses. Whoa.
Yeah.
For coming on today. And I'll end with my this is my cool little slogan. My mom was like, you got to come up with something. So what it is it's stay blessed, don't stress, and stay tuned every Thursday 10 a.m. here on the Black Aaron Broadcast Podcast. All right. So I will see you later, guys. I'm going to play my cool music, and I'm going to say bye-bye. Let's wave bye-bye.
All right, y'all. All right. Hey,
Gang! He's that funny young guy to talk to. Always seem to have a good talk. Always coming back around. Have a friend and have a come and try to sit down with him, have a drink and have a talk, smoke a blunt, maybe it's some whiskey, think about the world at large, cause Aaron Black sounds like Dave Chappelle. Aaron Black sounds like Dave Chappelle. Aaron Black sounds like Dave Chappelle. Aaron Black sounds like Dave Chappelle.